Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the England versus North Macedonia game, which is in the European Championships qualifications. England come into this game having already qualified for the European Championships next summer, and they're currently sitting on 19 points in Group C of qualification. England come into the back of this game unbeaten in 9 and 5 unbeaten away from home. That stretches all the way back to when they lost against France in the World Cup. England come into this game having won 4 and drew 1 of their last 5 games. They've scored 10 goals and conceded twice, keeping 2 clean sheets in that time period. They have faced the likes of Malta, Italy, Australia, Scotland and Ukraine in that 5-game period. They drew 1-1 away at Ukraine. They won 3-1 away at Scotland. They won 1-0 at home to Australia, 3-1 at home to Italy and 2-0 at home to Malta just on Saturday. North Macedonia head into this game having won 2, drew 1 and lost 2 of their previous 5 games. They have scored 9, conceded 9 and kept 1 clean sheet in that same time frame. In that time frame, they have played Italy twice, home and away. They have played Armenia and Ukraine and Malta. North Macedonia lost 5-2 to Italy away from home. They drew 1-1 with them at home. They beat Armenia 3-1 at home. They lost 2-0 to the Ukraine away and they beat Malta 2-0 away. When these sides previously met earlier on in European qualifications, England came out 7-0 victors. Bukayo Saka scored a hat-trick, Harry Kane got a double, Rashford and Phillips added the other 2. Kyle Walker, Luke Shaw, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jordan Henderson and Harry Kane all walked away with the assists. England were rather dominant in that fixture, scoring 4.21 XG to North Macedonia's 0. Macedonia failed to even take a shot in that previous game. As expected within the previous fixture, England held a majority of the ball, holding 67% possession to North Macedonia's 33%. This led to 14 shots, 10 of which were on target, 7 led to goals. With England's team news now, we can see that Gareth Southgate has made 6 changes to his side, which beat Malta 2-0 at home on Saturday evening. Those changes include Rico Lewis coming in for his first start to replace Kieran Trippier, Grealish replacing Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side, Watkins replacing Kane up front as the lone striker, Foden replacing Conor Gallagher, Declan Rice replacing Fikayo Tomori, and Bukayo Saka replacing Jordan Henderson. The major talking point for tonight's fixture is Rico Lewis making his first start for England. Having had a bright upbringing at Manchester City and developing really well into a player who can roam from that left-back position as an inverted fullback into midfield, following in the footsteps of the likes of Alexander Zinchenko, Akanji now at Manchester City, Rico Lewis has shown that he is capable of playing at the highest level, and it is now time for him to show the England fans and Gareth Southgate what he is capable of heading into the European Championships this summer. Rico Lewis has made 10 appearances this season for Man City, starring in the Champions League where he has got 2 assists. A further talking point heading into England's game versus North Macedonia is Kyle Walker taking the captain's armband. He has played 80 times for England, scoring only once, but this is the first time that he will take the captain's armband. It is an important game for him where he can show what he can do and give himself a good account heading into the European Championships this upcoming summer. A few further talking points which I want to mention before this game is Ollie Watkins, Mark Guéhi and Trent Alexander-Arnold. All 3 are begging for a position in this squad for the European Championships. All 3 have the ability to be there. All 3 should be there. Ollie Watkins, who has been in scintillating form for Aston Villa this season, scoring a whole host of goals, gives himself a good chance tonight to prove to Gareth Southgate that he should be Harry Kane's backup heading into the European Championships. Trent Alexander-Arnold has failed to nail down a position in this England side, but has recently been given a free role in the middle of the park in front of Declan Rice, where he can get on the ball and show what he can do. And hopefully this is a chance for him to get himself in that squad, because it's a waste not having him. Mark Guéhi has been excellent for Crystal Palace at centre-half, and he is another player who could easily work his way in. With John Stones having injury problems and Harry Maguire not a guaranteed starter at Manchester United, if he puts on a good performance today and in future friendlies before the European Championships, he gives himself a good chance to reach the squad and even become a starter headed into that European Championship. A player which I haven't mentioned yet is Cole Palmer, a player who has been in really good form for Chelsea so far this season, even scoring the equalising goal from the penalty spot in the 90th minute against Manchester City, his former club. Cole Palmer is a player who can play in a range of different forward areas and could add value to this England squad. With a lot of competition in those areas with the likes of Rashford, Foden, Conor Gallagher, Jack Grealish, Bukayo Saka, all wanting to play that role, it's keen that he gets minutes on the pitch and proves what he can do at Chelsea and at England level heading into the Euros. He might not get a place on this squad, but he's certainly one to look out for the future. Finally, let's take a look at the team in full. We have Jordan Pickford in goal, a back four of Rico Lewis, Harry Maguire, Mark Gahey and Kyle Walker at right back. A midfield three of Declan Rice, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Phil Foden, with a front three of Jack Grealish on the left, Bukayo Saka on the right and Ollie Watkins through the middle. This lineup has the capability of roaming from a 5 to a 4 all throughout the game, with Trent Alexander-Arnold being able to push into that right wing back and Rico Lewis and Trent being able to push on from full-back, wing-back if that's where they are playing. Kyle Walker is capable of playing as a right centre-half in a back three with Gahey and Maguire roaming around. The front four selected by Gareth Southgate are all interchangeable, with all players being able to play in each position. Jack Grealish can play left, right or through the middle. Ollie Watkins the same, Phil Foden the same, Bukayo Saka the same. They're able to roam about and that is bound to cause problems for North Macedonia. England head into the break controversially 1-0 down after VAR ruled that Rico Lewis had committed a foul in the box in the act of jumping for a header against North Macedonia. Enis Bardi, the North Macedonian attacking midfielder who plays his football in Turkey, saw his spot kick saved before scoring the rebound against Jordan Pickford. The England players will feel very hard done to with that controversial penalty awarded by VAR after dominating 81% of the ball and dominating shots with 10 against 2. England must do a lot more in the second half to be able to come out of this game victorious, with their unbeaten streak looking in danger. Just moments into the second half, Jack Grealish put England back on level terms, or so we thought. A Bukayo Saka cross saw Jack Grealish put the ball into the back of the net. After a 4-minute lengthy VAR check, Jack Grealish was ruled offside. It was quite obvious from the initial replay that Jack Grealish was offside, so what VAR was doing for 4 minutes, Gareth Southgate makes his first switch of the game as Harry Kane comes on for Ollie Watkins. Just moments later, a ball is put into the box from a corner and Harry Kane gets the decisive touch and scores with his first touch on the pitch after making a substitute. England and Gareth Southgate will have questions to answer after falling to a 1-1 draw away at North Macedonia. England were by far the more dominant team, however they were unable to create any clear-cut chances and unable to score. North Macedonia put on a defensive masterclass against England and showed the world just how to stop them. Gareth Southgate has got a lot to think about for the upcoming international breaks in March and for the European Championships coming up next summer.